Chapter 7, Mishnah 12. If someone who is carrying water from a chatas breaks through a fence that is blocking his way, even if he broke it with the additional intention of repairing it afterward, the water remains valid, since the fence blocks his way. Breaking it is necessary for transporting the water. It is not an unrelated activity. Even though he also intended to fix the fence, which would be an unrelated activity, merely intending to perform an unrelated activity does not disqualify the water. However, if he actually repairs the fence before sanctifying the water is disqualified. Since repairing the fence does not help transport the water, it is an unrelated activity. A similar case. If someone who is carrying water from a chatas picks and eats figs, even if he picked them with the intention of making the leftovers into dried figs, the water remains valid. As we learned in Mishnah 9, taking food and eating it is not considered an unrelated activity, since the food gives one strength to carry and sanctify the water. Although this person picked the figs with the additional intention of leaving them to dry, which is an unrelated activity, merely intending to perform an unrelated activity does not disqualify the water. However, if he actually spreads out the figs to dry before sanctifying the water is disqualified, since he has performed an unrelated activity. A final case. If someone who was carrying water from a chatas was eating figs and left some over in his hand, and he threw what was in his hand under a fig tree or into the drying area, a space in which figs are spread out to dry, so that the leftover figs should not be lost, intending to eat them at some later time, the water is disqualified because putting food away to eat later is an unrelated activity, as we learned in Mishnah 9.